our agency in London booked the tour, uh, Far East tour actually. Included Bombay. We went to Bombay, which was like out of this world. So we played like about 3 hours, and people there were like riots and stuff. The policemen with big clubs, and they were hitting the people on the head with the clubs because they were trying to climb up on the stage, and it was like a riot. Because there was a riot. There was a thing about it in the paper the next day. And it was like totally crazy. You can't eat any vegetables because they cook it in the water there. You can't drink the water, or you gotta be careful when you take a shower. So, anyways, after Bombay, we went to New Delhi, we were the first rock band that played in New Delhi. So far, before that, they'd only had people like John McLaughlin, kind of like, not rock and roll. But they got into it, they started, after a couple of songs, at first they were sitting down. For a couple of songs, they started popping up and they were dancing and rocking. So it was great. The next day, we went to Hong Kong. We played there that night. Some clubs somewhere near Hong Kong, and actually it was a weird gig. I remember people were like standing right in front of me, like their faces were here when I was singing, and we had to like sort of tell them to go down because the people were sitting in the back couldn't see nothing. And after Hong Kong, we came to Japan. We were here for about 2 weeks, and we did about 6-7 gigs or something around the country. Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, I think Nagoya maybe, I'm not sure. Anyways, it was unbelievable. It was great. We couldn't believe it. People were so nice. Everything worked like clockwork, and all the equipment were perfect. I mean, everything really worked out good. And we had a lot of fans, girls and boys, mostly girls though, but they were like downstairs in the hotel waiting for us. They followed us everywhere we went. We just couldn't believe it, It was really nice. I mean, it was great to have everybody's giving us presents and stuff, and we had a great time. The gigs were great. There was a great vibe there, real positive, and it was a real nice experience. I had about 5 plastic bags. And I couldn't take even all of them. I couldn't take them all back because it was too much to carry. Like so many presents from people, and it was sad to leave. But that's such a good time.
Boy, honey, take you anywhere you want to.
We started touring America. That was after Back to Mystery City. We came to America to record 2 Steps from the Move with Bob Ezrin. Bob Ezrin produced it. And after that, we went back to England. We did a tour there that summer, about 30 dates, and then we started touring. We came to Japan a second time then in also '84, and that was great. It was building. It was getting better, and we were really getting there. The band was really about to, break big, as they say. And we had everything, all the chances in the world to make, become a big worldwide success. To me, success is when you're able to do what you love doing and still make a living out of it. But if you get more exposure, then sell more records. Of course, if you're more comfortably off. That's I got nothing against that, but that wasn't the main motive. But still, though, we were really, as they say, right on the brink, And then we started the American tour. We did about half of it. I broke my ankle in Syracuse, jumping off a drum riser, and I landed on Andy's foot and twisted my ankle and it broke. So then I went to the hospital and they didn't put a cast on my ankle. First, they just put a bandage on, and the guy said, "You just stay off keep the weight off of it. It's gonna be all right." And so I did 4 more gigs. We did Toronto. I was on crutches, and hopping on my left leg, and I did what I usually do. I got on the PA and jumped down on my left leg, and I was banging it and hurting it now and then. But I thought, after every gig, I put ice on it and stuff. And we did after Toronto, we did Detroit and Chicago. Chicago was Razzle's birthday, actually. We had the audience sing happy birthday for him, and that was actually a week before his death. So Cleveland was the after Detroit and Chicago, we did Cleveland, and that gig was it wasn't fun anymore. I was in such pain that I demanded to see another doctor, and I went to a hospital in Atlanta, and they said, "Oh, your ankle's broken. You gotta have a cast there." So they put a big sort of soft cast on it, and I didn't want to do gigs in a wheelchair, so somehow they wanted me to, they thought I was going to recover in a week. So management decided for us to go to LA to do some press, because we heard we had a big following there. The day after we arrived, the accident happened, Razzle got killed. And it kind of, like that family broke up, I couldn't believe it. It's just my world went to pieces. Everything just went to pieces. I was devastated, and Razzle was a vital part of the band, and like anybody else, and he was really, we couldn't go on without him. And it was like having your brother die and your family split up. That's what happened. So it took me a long time to recover from that, and I don't know if I still recovered completely. I stayed in LA a couple of days. I couldn't believe that. I didn't want to go back to London right away. Me and Andy stayed in LA for a while. And we tried to keep the band together. We did this one gig for Razzle's memory in Finland about a month after that. It was part of a thing called Europe a Go-Go. There were other bands involved, and 5.5 million people saw it. And they showed four songs from the gig we did in Helsinki. We did this in Helsinki in Finland, and it was for Razzle, tribute to Razzle, and it was, basically to the fans in Finland. We thought it was appropriate. Well, the managers really thought that I was emotionally not really totally ready for it, but we did it, and I dedicated Million Miles Away to Razzle. After that gig, Sam Yaffa left the band. He didn't want to go on anymore, and he was right. It was not meant to go on. We tried a couple of guys in London two guys who kind of took advantage of us being totally devastated, and me, Andy, and I don't think anybody really was in their right mind at the time, because it was such a heavy blow, and it's just, I was really torn up inside, and I didn't know what to do. And so we tried. The managers also, they tried to put us back on the road right away. Like, okay, get back up there, do your thing. I said, well, I'm a human being, so I can't just pretend that everything's okay while, I'm bleeding inside, But they ended up somehow talked us into doing this tour in Poland, which I didn't really want to do, but these guys, just to try the guys out, and I knew it wasn't working, And these two guys who were in the band took advantage of the situation that everybody was kind of not in their right minds, and kind of, they thought that, they could use it to their advantage, I think, because we weren't like that together, really, We should have really had a year off, and then thought about what we wanted to do. But we couldn't do it because of financial situation. Because the financial situation was like we always just about made enough money to get to the next town, and we're really basically broke, And they wanted to prolong. They didn't want to tell CBS, the record company, too, until the beginning of June, after we got our amount of money. They always give a monthly amount of money, so they didn't want us to tell anybody until the beginning of May or the beginning of June in '85. We officially announced it, even though I knew it months before. And I told them I'm leaving the band. I'm stuck in this band. I'm leaving the band, and you're not going to go on this Hammer and Rocks without me. And they said, oh, fuck you, we will. I said, okay, well, all right, let's say this. I'll do this tour with you guys, and that's it. And you're not going to do it. So we kind of made a deal. And I don't think they would have ended up going on without me anyways, but it was just at the time, everybody was very confused. And finally then, we called it quits.